Coach Laser, outstanding coach, and most of the questions are about the quarterback. Let me just say this to you. Mark Verica, through spring practice, from a defensive standpoint, was outstanding. You have a great appreciation for a man who understands the game as being coached, as Coach Laser coached Matt Hasselbeck, and you know, when you look one way and there's no receiver coming back to another receiver, you couldn't ask for a better man, a better leader, a harder worker. My family's not here yet, so I was in the office alone all hours of the night, and all of a sudden you'd hear a door open, and a light would pop on, and Mark would be in there by himself watching some tape. Really, you know, it's just, I believe, the beginning of just a great story for Mark. And when Coach said that we're going to be a stack team, or excuse me, a 4-3 team, what you want is some defensive ends that can run, outside linebackers that usually make that transition pretty well, inside linebackers now, rather than having to take guards on and two gap, which is a very sound and technique that a lot of people use. Now it depends a little bit more on speed and quickness. So now, you know, there's been a number of personnel changes from different positions. And I think if you take a look at our recruiting, that's has an effect on who you recruit and what positions you recruit. So it's been a lot of fun. I'll tell you what, I've been coaching now for about 40 years. And this last spring might have been the most fun that I've ever had in the spring practice. Guys were eager. Guys were flying around the field. I made one small mistake, which is I told them first meeting, don't worry about making mistakes. Just go as fast as you can. So when we made mistakes, and we made a lot of them, but you said not to be afraid to make a mistake. So, I mean, but it was fun. It's a great group of young men that were around. And I'll tell you this, I got to say this the right way. I've been around a lot of great coaches. Not so sure I've ever been around a greater number of greatest men that we have here, and in particular ones I work with. Anthony Poindexter is somebody I admired so much as a player that I studied him when I was at the University of Richmond. I studied him to watch his movements, to watch his instincts, to see how he was able to get to the football as he was able to without making mistakes. Jeff Hansen is as fine a technician and coach as there is in America, who's coaching our defensive line. Chip West has done just a magnificent job. He's just such a great technique corner coach, and I'll tell you that Vincent Brown, if you could, I tried to talk Vincent into coming here to speak to you, because he is like if you were to speak to him, you would think that he teaches in our commerce school. I mean, he's so articulate, so focused, and so determined, and has high energy, and our players love him, and it's just a great group of men to be with. And I think our players sense this. We're together. I think they're together. And it's just, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a great adventure. Let me just say this. I thought Rodney McLeod just played great at strong safety this spring. That's Coach Poindexter's player, and he provided great leadership, and he had one of our best performances in the spring. But I'm going to tell you a guy that perhaps you might have forgotten about, but it's a guy named Aaron Talaferro, who actually Coach London recruited at Gloucester High School, and he was thinking of graduating. He's an intelligent guy and was thinking of graduating, and we kind of call him Lazarus, because he kind of rose from the dead. I mean, all of a sudden Stephen Greer got hurt at the Mike Man position, and I'm telling you, Aaron played great. He was voted our most improved player on defense, dynamic, uses hands well, heady player. I think that if you're going to be coached by Vincent Brown, you're always going to know and understand the game, even beyond technique and all. So those two guys, Cam Johnson really played very, very well at defensive end, and he did a terrific job. And I like all our players, and I think they all are trying hard, and I think they're hustling, and I believe honestly that that's what that's about all you can do when you coach, is get guys that hustle and do the best that they can. Now, this is what I know about Ross-I Dowling. This is exactly what I know about him. Is that as a father and a dad, this is who you get down on your knees and pray that your daughter brings home someday. I mean, that is the type of character that he is. I mean, you would be so proud to call Ross-I Dowling your son. And I've told his family that. I mean, that's the first thing. And then let me just say this to you. If you say if you put it your way, and I'm just going to, that he's the face of our defense, I'm very proud to be sitting here, to be coaching on defense with that young man. He is an intense competitor. He shows intensity on the practice field and in the classroom. I mean, he is as proud a man as we could ever have as an ambassador in the community. Now, this guy has no weakness. And everything we've asked him to do, he has done willingly and in a determined manner. Now, that's Ross-I Dowling. And now what we've asked him to do is to take control of this defense with some other players and to carry us to where we would like to be.